So, we're back to Dragon Age 2. I've made a couple of changes since the last time we played. For the better, I think. Firstly, I've changed my streaming format, so I'm streaming from OBS now instead of straight from my Xbox, so hopefully the capture will be a bit more clear this time round. Secondly, since I'm using my computer to stream rather than my Xbox, I can now view the stream chat. So I've opened a little window with a pop-up chat, so if you want to say hello to me, I'm here in the chat so I can say hello. Third, and most importantly, I'm no longer alone. I no longer
Hello.
I actually don't have a voice in my head this time, because the voice in my head is a voice in your head as well.
Is that me you're looking to?
God damn it.
Can see it in your eyes. Sorry.
I can see it in your creepy ass smile. So yeah, for the first time in this entire playlist, it's an actual podcast.
Oh my god, I cannot believe this. The humanity. It's an actual podcast.
I have lost the thing that made my stream unique. Never mind, on with the game.
Now time for the reading. Welcome everyone to Reading with Cord. Here's your host, Cord.
With special guest star, Twitch. Anyway, shall we do the? I'm gonna ask the voice in my head. Should we do the reading now or at the end?
Either works, to be honest.
I think.
When do you think that you will?
I'd say let's do it towards the end for this week because it'll be a nice wind down for coming off at the time that I'm gonna be coming off. So if it was just if I was doing this earlier in the day, then yeah, I'd do it just reading now. But since it's late, my time, and I want to wind down as I'm stopping the stream, I think reading at the end is the best bet.
Makes sense.
Anyway, we've got a new letter. Hawk, you may be interested in something that's coming up. I've read this before. They're telling me I've got new letters even though I've read them all before.
Yep.
Anyway. Take my merry band of followers. And we will go about our business. People have leveled up. How dare people level up?
Yeah, it's such a sacrilege. I mean, level up is such a sacrilege. You should stay on level 1. Level 1 run.
Level 1 run the entire time.
Hey, those are the thing. I don't know if they are a thing on Dragon Age, but they are a thing in other franchises.
There might be a thing for Dragon Age, but I don't think...
Do you do anything?
Am I the next stop in your career evaluations? Joy of joys.
You watch and you talk. Is that it?
You are dismissing hallmarks of both the utterly ineffectual and the incredibly dangerous.
I don't know what you mean.
It means coins flow when I talk and when I shut up. Like if you got paid to guard or unguard.
That makes no sense.
Good.
Anyway, as I was saying...
Oh, God.
Anyway, as I was saying... it might be a thing for Dragon Age, but I don't think many people do it because Dragon Age is one of those games where it's going to be really difficult to get through the game at level 1.
Yeah, people like those turns. You know what? Now I'm curious.
If you...
When you play, I'm going to look at that real quick. Let's see if there's one.
Don't mind us, the voice in my head is trying to find a way to not watch my stream by watching my stream.
I am watching your stream. I'm just also looking at stuff on the internet at the same time. I can multitask. You're telling me that's impossible now?
Nope.
There doesn't appear to be level 1 runs. Disappointment, but well.
Going to have to do some
Maybe you
shopping.
could be the
gives you
first
more
person
reason.
to ever make a Dragon Age level 1 run.
No thanks, I'm not that kind of hardcore.
No, I don't think you're hardcore. Only I can be hardcore, and I'm never hardcore.
Hardcore!
Something to read later. My controller's being really weird.
I mean, controls sometimes tend to be weird.
I'm gonna have to watch my TV for a bit because apparently my Xbox app is lagging a little bit.
Okay.
But it's still genuinely at the point where I am. So there's not too much delay.
Okay. I can deal with it. No worries.
Don't mind me, I'm just picking up more codexes to read for later. I'm going to try and resist humming for fear of copyright because I've been... Weirdly enough, today I've been in the mood to listen to a lot of James Bond soundtracks.
Ooh.
So here's my first little mini game for the chat and the voice in my head, who is now a voice in your head at the same time, to play while I play this mission.
I mean, am I a voice in the head if anyone can hear me? I think that that now it's a wonder if I am a voice in the head or not. I mean, I am showing proof that I exist. To be a voice in the head, there has to be proof that I don't exist. I shouldn't have spoken this whole time.
Anyway, time for the mini game, if you'll indulge us.
Okay.
Everyone, try to guess what my favourite Bond song is.
Ooh, I have no clue of this one.
I'm going to give you plenty of time to guess, so you've got 20 minutes to try and figure out a guess. And yes, even though I've not watched all the Bond movies, I have seen all the Bond. I have listened to all the Bond sound. I have listened to all the Bond songs. So.
Mother described it, but this is the first time I've seen it. Wouldn't it feel like something to live in a house with it?
Okay, my problem is that I don't remember the Bond songs on top of my head.
If you remember the titles of the songs, it's enough. You don't have to remember the song itself.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Do you remember the Bond
That's
movies?
I mean, I remember the Bond movies, not necessarily the soundtrack.
I'll give you a clue. My favourite Bond song shares a title with the Bond movie itself.
Ooh.
That should be a helpful clue.
Yeah.
My answer might surprise you. We'll see.
Watch your step. Did that bastard get that should do it. I knew it.
Would you like a second clue?
I mean, I do have one guess, but I'm not sure if it's right. Skyfall, I'm going to say.
It's close, but no. Do you want my second clue to
Okay.
help you out? There are two
No,
eras.
because I don't remember.
There are two eras of Bond where this soundtrack could be at. To help you narrow it down, my favourite Bond song could either be from the Connery era or the Brosnan era.
Yeah.
There's your second clue.
No, it's
That's the vault.
sorry, it's not coming to me.
We want to know about our families inside.
Third clue: this Bond song was only sung was a song that was sung which was a one-off song by a singular artist.
No, sorry. Like I said, I'm not that much a
This is
fan
it.
of the Bond
Grandfather's
soundtrack,
will.
and
Mother needs to see this as soon
well, I
as
like
possible.
James Bond, not that
We'll
good. I
take it
remember
to her
it.
right
Sorry.
now.
Would you like me to answer? Do you want me to answer it?
I mean, I'm not seeing anyone in the chat saying
So
anything,
just
so
saying,
I'll give you
Yeah?
I'll give you an extra 10 minutes with a
no,
final.
no, I
Taking
won't.
advantage of my
That's why I'm
hospitality.
telling you. No,
it's only
Don't
I
try
mean,
to
it's what the-
overextend.
something of a monthly contribution.
Oh, Oz, you are so close.
Ooh,
That is my
ah,
second.
GoldenEye. How could I forget?
That is my
you
second
just
favourite
put something
Bond song,
towards
but not
food.
my favourite.
We found.
You're
the
so
will.
close.
He forgave you, Mother. Grandfather left you everything. Here,
I'll-
read it.
If it helps, I will confirm.
Okay.
I should.
I will confirm
Maybe-
the era to help out you
To
and
my
ours
daughter
and the rest of
Leandra.
the chat.
And all children born
My favourite Bond song is
Mm.
in the Sean Connery era.
in Hightown and all associated revenues.
Oh, damn.
Check out the part where Gamlen is left only a stipend to be controlled by you.
Gamlen, how could you?
Live and Let Die is not Connery, that is Roger Moore.
So much more
But
important.
Yeah,
Live and Let,
he
but Live and Let
says
Die
it.
is Live and Let Die is my third
Didn't
favourite
even come
Bond song.
home for the funeral.
I'll give you
The
that.
twins
mean,
were a week old.
Yeah.
We all have our
And for your
obligations.
wondering, Max,
Mine
Skyfall
was
is my
looking
fifth
after a
favourite.
life you abandoned.
Yeah,
What
that
was I
makes
supposed to
sense.
wait?
I mean, I like it, but it's the only one I remember off the top of my head.
I doubt you let the ashes get cold.
I took care of father. I stayed. And on his deathbed, all he could talk about was Leandra. Look, sister, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done it, but I did. And there's nothing I can do to get it back.
I don't expect that, Gamlen. It's enough to know Mother and Father didn't die angry. I'll petition the Viscount for rights to reclaim the estate. Make her willing, you'll have your house back within weeks.
You don't have the coin or standing to even get an audience with the Viscount. You've got to be someone in this city to live in that
I
house
will
again.
tell you, Oz, that if you said
Then I had
GoldenEye
better
is my
get
favourite
started.
Bond movie, you'd be correct.
I mean, I knew that was them the first ago, the second one, but it was like I don't remember GoldenEye being that good of a song.
I do like it. I'm not saying it's my second favourite for a specific reason, not because of Tina Turner. I'm taking it as a whole, how it fits in the movie and everything.
Why don't you go pick up something at the
That
market?
makes sense.
You could use some air.
What? Hey!
I can't believe Gamlen stole Mother's entire inheritance. I mean, I can believe it. That's the worst part. I would never turn against me.
I mean, I think that says a lot that you can believe it.
Your final clue for my favourite Bond song. It was sung within the first 4 James Bond movies.
Oh damn!
So it's one of the first
Now
4
I feel
ever
like a
ones.
real dumbass.
And let me say, it may surprise you. It may not be the one you instantly think of.
You're a better person than Gamlen could ever be.
Well, hopefully we'll be out of here soon. You know, when we went to look for that will, I thought we were doing it for Mother, for what she lost. I didn't realize how much it would mean to me. To know I had grandparents who didn't hate me.
I wish they had lived long enough to see us come home.
Home. That's what it is, isn't it? I liked saying that. We're not running away again. We're coming home.
Us is saying Thunderbolt.
Ding, 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 ding. Correct. Thunderbolt is my favourite Bond song. And if you're wondering, GoldenEye would be my number 4. And From Russia with Love would be my number 6.
Nice.
And obviously the James Bond theme song is mainly a theme song, so of course it's got to be number 1 for anything. But if you want the official song of Doctor No, that will be Underneath the Mango Tree, and that doesn't really rank that highly on my list. I never really got the hype of that song. It's a nice song, but it just doesn't really fit.
Are you unhappy here?
I wish I could do more for Mother.
Of course she's unhappy here. She's in Dragon Age 2.
It's killing her slowly every day. But maybe if we can reclaim some of
I think that says a lot of the game that you say she's in Dragon Age 2. Of course she's unhappy.
Comment below, and also you say, Max, if you remember, what's your favourite Bond song? Let's make this a fun discussion. This is a podcast after all.
Work so hard
I do not.
Would it have been so bad?
The characters are amazing, guys. I agree.
I was just a little girl.
Again, I know nothing. Usually know nothing because I'm not really into Western RPGs. So this is like my first experience with the story, at least of Dragon Age. So have no idea what I'm into. Just so you're aware.
That's part of the reason why I made this podcast. A, so we can just chill out and chat while I play a game that I'm familiar with. Secondly, the games I'm playing to start with are games that Max Time has never played, so it's another interesting angle. So it's like a reaction stream / podcast stream / for fun, relaxing stream.
Why did Mother and Father work so hard to keep you from the Circle? Would it have been so bad?
I guess at first I was just a little girl.
You know what? Yeah, you can cheat with that ours. I do like that cover, but obviously I prefer the original Live and Let Die cover.
What would the Templars do to
I prefer the original version, but Live and Let Die is an awesome Bond song, no matter what you say.
It changed their lives.
I mean, the Guns N' Roses version, you cannot say it's bad. Live and Let Die of Guns N' Roses is... It's really good. I get why you're saying that. I agree.
I get that. I agree, but at the same time, in my opinion, I still prefer the Paul McCartney version, just that little bit better. Also, here's an interesting discussion. Which Bond song is popular, but you personally don't really like that much? For me, the answer is obvious. But I want to hear other people's reactions first.
Like I said, I don't remember much about Bond songs and stuff like that. I usually remember more about the movies. So
yeah, I will tell you easily what my least favourite Bond song is, and it's really gettable because it's also from one of the worst Bond films ever. A lot of people like this song for some reason, but I never do. I've always hated Die Another Day, both the movie and the song.
Ooh, yeah.
I would honestly say controversial opinion, but Die Another Day is my least favorite Bond film. I like Never Say Never Again more than I like Die Another Day, and that's saying something.
I mean, I cannot say I agree with you not saying my least favorite, but yeah, I can agree with it not being good.
Can you imagine if we'd grown up here, been nobility?
Had grandparents who bought me Orlesian silk dresses and gave you the family broadsword. Father was a good man, but Mother gave up so much for him. Of course, If she hadn't
My next
worked up
comment's
the
going to
nerve
sound
elope,
like sacrilege,
she probably
but
wouldn't have been
the
able to
Bond
resist
song
the
that
takeover
people
either.
like that I generally
If
don't
you'd
get
been
the
born
hype
here,
for is
You'd be nothing more to me than a name the Circle kept in my file.
Diamonds Are Forever.
Yeah, I can get that.
I like the song, but I don't think it's top 10 songs like most people put it.
I mean, it's good. But never. It didn't stuck in my head. So.
I will hum to it every time it comes on, but it's not one of my
We're going to make
favorites.
this our home, Bethany.
I'd say it's towards the
promise you.
middle of my list if I was to put a
hope
full
so,
list.
brother.
Mhm.
I'm so very tired of running.
Yeah.
And I will, since I've mentioned before that I've not watched all the Bond films, I'll list off all the Bond films I haven't watched. And those, if you've watched them, you can tell me which ones I should watch. To start with, I've watched all the Connery ones, so don't worry about that. I've watched all the Roger Moore ones. I haven't watched. I've watched from Your Majesty's for Her Majesty's Secret Service. I get why people like it. I never did. I haven't watched either of the Dalton outings, so I haven't watched License to Kill or Living Daylights. I haven't watched Tomorrow Never Dies. I haven't watched The World Is Not Enough, even though that's one I do want to watch because apparently the villain in The World Is Not Enough is a really good one. And after that, I haven't watched the two more recent ones, Spectre and No Time to Die. I haven't watched those ones.
Spectre, at least in my opinion, not that good, very boring. And the other one, I heard it's okay, but cannot confirm. So.
I can tell you what I've heard of them. I've heard Living Daylight is very pretentious. It's trying to be more than it is. I've heard License to Kill is good, but underappreciated as a Bond film. I've heard Tomorrow Never Dies is okay, but not amazing. I've had mixed reception for The World Is Not Enough. Some people I've talked to hate it. Some people I've talked to love it. So I'm kind of not sure what to make of it. It's somewhere in between, probably. Spectre, I've heard a lot of people hate Spectre.
Yeah, it's in my opinion, Spectre is boring. It doesn't does the classic glitches even right. There's no chemistry or anything interesting, and it's just like the ending even is unsatisfying in my opinion.
Yeah. No Time to Die, I've heard good things about. I've heard the ending is controversial, but other than that, the film itself's actually pretty good.
So, what do you do, Aveline?
You know I'm not gone. Why are you asking?
I mean in your off-duty hours, for fun. You've heard of it, I hope.
These are my off-duty hours.
And the trend of you scaring the piss out of me continues.
Okay, the final part of Bond I'll discuss. I've got two last topics for Bond we'll discuss, and then we can move on to a different topic. The first thing I want to bring up for Bond is that I'm interested in everyone saying. I'll say mine straight off when I say the question. What is your favourite Bond movie and your least favourite Bond movie from memory? I've already told you mine. My favourite is a toss-up between GoldenEye and Goldfinger. My least favourite is, as I've already mentioned, Die Another Day.
I have not watched the older Bond movies in going to be more than a decade. I know, sacrilege, but
I haven't. It's fine. I haven't watched a Bond movie in a long time either.
the ones that I have because I consume a lot of different video games and media and stuff like that, so I have a lot of stories there, so they're a bit out of my head. Of the ones I remember, which are pretty much the more newer ones, Skype, in my opinion, it's very good. It's the one I remember the most clear. Spectre is just crap in my opinion. I will put it into the not the bad ones in general. The other one I have also in mind it's Casino Royale also is bad, but I cannot decide between either of those. Which one to say it's the worst of the ones I remember.
I kind of like Casino Royale. I don't say I love it. I wouldn't say I love it like a lot of people do, but I'd say it's I'd say it's a middle of the road movie for me. What did you say was your favourite one again, Max? If you remember.
Skyfall.
I like Skyfall. I wouldn't say
Of the ones I remember, I probably if I remember the older ones, I will mention another one, but.
Don't mind. I'm just gonna do this. It's a perfect time to talk about stuff like that, so I'm just doing some mediocre stuff.
Yep. Okay.
So Oz, if you can hear us and you have any member of the Bond films, which is your favourite and least favourite Bond movie?
Yeah. Contribute, man.
I'll send word to the healer, but...
Golden Finger.
Favourite Goldfinger?
Eh.
Yeah, it's a popular answer, and it's understandable because Goldfinger is an amazing film. Let's be real.
I mean, there are very few things that will make me say no, that's a bad answer, and for that you will have to say something really, really bad. So
Yeah, Goldfinger.
no.
Yeah, it's part of the course to say Goldfinger's the best one, but it's hard to argue against. If it's not for me, if Goldfinger's not in the top 3, it's kind of sacrilege.
There will be food and medicine for all of you. If you're seeking aid, leave your name with my girl. We serve everyone here. No one came from Ferelden without trouble. But I can't give priority to anyone who's already found work and lodging.
Is there a way I can assist these people?
If you've coin to spare, we won't turn it down. Donations go in the box up front. Anything else?
And least favourite Oz, if you remember.
I hear you know where I can find a Ferelden Grey Warden.
Only Ferelden Grey Warden I've heard of is sitting on the throne. We're out of the Blight's path now. Why would you need a warden? The healer was one of them once, wasn't he? A warden? Well, he's not now, and busy enough without answering fool questions about it.
A View to a Kill.
A View to Kill.
Interesting. That is interesting because it is towards the bottom of most people's list that I've seen, but not at the very bottom. And weirdly enough, A View to a Kill I actually have was one of my mids, if I'm honest.
Ooh.
I don't know why, but I know it's a bad movie, but I just have a soft spot for it. Mainly because of Christopher Walken, to be honest. But yeah.
I mean, I can get that.
Who are you protecting?
You see what our people face in Kirkwall. They have no jobs, no homes. Most can barely buy bread. This
My
healer,
final
he serves them
question
without thought for coin.
about Bond
He
before we
heals their
move on
wounds,
is
delivered their children.
I'm not
And
gonna
yet
go.
he
I'm not
needs
gonna
to
go
hide.
favorite Bond actor because it's
He's a
kind of
good man.
cliche.
I won't
Because
lose him to the
more
blighted
often than
Templars.
not, everyone has the same favorite Bond and the same least favorite Bond. So I'm gonna skip that one.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that, Mars, but at the same time, in my opinion, that's just kind of what Roger Moore's Bond does. And I see it as more invasive in View to a Kill, I admit, but it's not really any different from his other performances. If I'm honest, he's got a campy joke at least a few times in every movie.
You mean he's a mage?
Would I stick my neck out for some purveyor of hensbane and leeches? We would never turn someone over to the Templars, mistress. Never. He doesn't want to be locked in the gallows just for using the gifts the Maker gave him.
Your healer is in no danger from me.
If this mage is an apostate, the Templars will find him.
No maid should suffer for an accident of birth. I suppose it isn't my secret to keep. Anders has certainly
I'm not
been
going to go
free
with
enough
favourite
with
Bond
his
because it's
services.
kind of obvious who the best Bond is
Refugees
and
in
who the worst
find
Bond is,
the
so I'm
healer,
going to skip that
look
question
for the Lantern.
to save my
If you
sanity.
have need enough,
The question I will ask though
Anders
is
will be with him.
favourite and least favourite Bond villain.
My mother. Don't let her lose another baby.
Bond villain, I think, is. It's obvious what most people will say is who most people will say is the best Bond villain, but my answer might be a bit more surprising because I'm gonna go against the trend.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of least favourite, again, I might go against the trend, but I don't know fully because I haven't seen the villain for the new film yet, and I don't really have an opinion on him. I don't have an opinion on the villains for the Dalton era, and I don't really have an opinion on Electra King, for example, from either Electra King or Elliot Carver. I don't have an opinion on those characters. But my least favourite Bond villain might be Run of the Mill, but it might be a surprise. We'll see. My favourite Bond villain won't be too surprising, but the fact I've got this guy above the obvious answer is surprising.
Hey, we heard you in there asking about the healer. We know what happens to mages in this town. And it ain't gonna happen to him.
Look, Ferelden's just trying to
to
keep
whom
out
it's
of
going
the
to
Templar
happen?
sight, same as you.
Ferelden? But your clothes. I figured you for a Kirkwaller, sorry. Maker bless the rule of our King Alistair.
You remember him, right? Yeah, obviously, everyone says Goldfinger's the favourite Bond villain, but like I said, Oz, I'm going to go against the trend, and my favourite isn't Goldfinger. He's in my top 3, definitely, but Goldfinger's not my favourite Bond villain. There's just one that I love even more, for a very specific reason. Yep, you just said it, Oz. Alec Trevelyan's my favourite Bond villain. And I think you know the reason why.
I mean, you can mention it before you even say it.
I know. I just wanted to see if you could guess my favourite Bond villain, and Oz, yeah, he's right on the money.
My. If it isn't Hawk.
Good to see you again, Elegant.
Do you have a
Lady
favourite Bond
Elegant, if you
villain,
don't
Max,
mind.
if you remember?
I'm a married woman now. Last time
If
we
you say
met, she was
Goldfinger,
still
Not
in
really.
Fenrir's employ.
If you say Goldfinger, I'm not going
Things
to be
have been going well
surprised.
since then.
I mean, like I said, I don't remember well. I have to watch them again.
It
at
isn't
some point.
always easy, but things
That
are
is
going
something
well.
I
I
need
might
to do that.
suggest to do with our
That's
group at
wonderful
some
to
point
hear.
next week, if
You
people
may
are up for
recall I
it.
sometimes
Have a
provided potions
James
for
Bond
Ephemeral.
choose a random
I'd be
Bond
willing
film
to
and
extend
watch
you
it,
the same courtesy if you
if
like.
people are up for it.
All I ask
I don't
is
know
you
if I'll be
inform
able to
me of
stream
any
it, but if someone can
interesting
stream it, that'd be
reagents you find.
perfect.
In exchange, I'll
I
approach
mean,
my
I can
contacts on
always
your
open
behalf.
my
And of course, you'll need the appropriate recipes.
mysterious
This
ways
one.
to do so.
Free.
Your
For old time's
totally
sake.
advantageous ways of doing so, yes.
Yeah, if there is in English.
I believe you lost this somewhere.
Maseranas. This is a rare gesture.
Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fetch quests that involves clicking on a thing and then clicking somewhere and the quest is complete
Of
in
course.
this game. Now, who's the least favourite Bond villain for you, Oz? And can you guess mine?
From the highest heights of Mandavarus is travelled. A pouch of Andraste's ashes. Very fine by the scholar Genitivi. These ashes cure any ailment. And
Let's see
provide
if that's
virility in more
an
intimate
idea.
matters. Do I have a volunteer?
I'll try.
Just a small pinch, Sirrah. There you go.
My God, it's gone.
Cured by the Maker himself.
That's enough. Clear out, you charlatans.
All the great villains except Silver. I can't blame you, but I don't remember.
Yeah,
I don't
cannot
remember.
disagree.
I don't remember Dominic Green at all. So definitely he's down at the bottom somewhere. I didn't mind Le Chiffre all that much, but I didn't like him much either. I don't know anything about the last Craig villain because I've not watched the film yet, and I know obviously, I can't count Blofeld down there because Blofeld has done so much better in other films, so it's a discredit to Blofeld to go with the Craig version of him. Yeah, I agree with that. Bond, I wouldn't say is towards my favourite. Craig's not my favourite Bond by any means, but it's a good one. I mean, obviously, it's sacrilege to say anyone other than Sean Connery is the best Bond in my opinion, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Every coin those swindlers nab goes straight to the Carter's coffers. They must
I'd
be
say
stopped.
Craig is my fourth favourite, technically. No, technically third favourite since I've not watched Timothy Dalton's version, but I heard Timothy Dalton's version is good. I'd probably say my second favourite is Pierce Brosnan, actually. As much as I don't like him
Makes
in other
sense.
films, I do like Brosnan as James Bond.
Have you anything to spare?
No. I don't have anything to spare. Oh, interesting. My least favourite Bond villain. Again, it might be a surprise to you. I'm just trying to remember it. My least favourite Bond villain is... Let me remember it now. It's one of those villains. I'd honestly say... No, there it is. My least favourite Bond villain, again, because Die Another Day, I hate Die Another Day so much. It's obvious to say that my least favourite villain from Bond is Gustav Graves. If you remember him.
I don't.
The Korean guy who had the Korean guy who had plastic surgery to make him look like a British guy.
Oh god. Oh god.
You remember him
Yeah.
now, don't you? I freaking hated that villain.
Yeah, it's... Oh god. Something. To say the least. Bro,
Yeah, I'm just gonna equip some stuff. Just gotta make sure everyone's got something to wear.
Mm-hmm.
Now we've got everyone equipped, we can continue on and actually do some questing. Yay, questing. Especially Dragon Age 2 questing. Yay. One thing you'll get tired of really quickly in this game is the city, because we're in the same city for the entire game. Apart from the DLC.
Wait, there is just one city?
One city
whole
in its
game?
outskirts, yeah, one city, its outskirts, and maybe a couple of DLCs outside that city, and that's about it.
No one does. Let them
That's-
corral the troublemakers.
Wow.
I just want information.
Right.
Probably a case of
Seems like I'm
the
trying to
rush.
convince myself, doesn't it?
I wouldn't have said, but yes.
Anyway, now that we're done with the James Bond topic.
Can you talk? Can you speak?
I can speak, yes.
Good, you got out of my mode. That's supposed to be the trademark register of mine.
We have to reboot the chord system. So, do you?
It was beginning to. It was about to get the legal demand. Luckily, not he succeeded getting out of it.
Anyway, does anyone, either you, Max Time, or you, Oz, or anyone else in chat, have anything else you want to discuss? What should our next topic be? Please, the comments below.
I'm not very creative. Usually, I just run with the string of stuff that comes. I don't tend to think about topics.
Speaking of, new companion.
I have made this place a sanctum of healing and salvation. Why do you threaten it?
Do you say that to everyone who walks through the door?
Probably. The Red Wolf.
Okay, Oz,
Okay.
that's an interesting topic. One that Max Time knows nothing about and I barely remember, but we can go for it. Now, if it's a character we don't want to see in in Dreadful Fantasy and Inquisition, that's easy. Both Sarah and Vivienne. I don't want either of them anywhere near that game.
I'm just here to talk.
We're interested in getting into the deep roads. Rumor has it you were a warden. Do you know a way?
Did the warden send you to bring me back? I'm not going. Those bastards made me get rid of my cat. Poor Sir Pouncelot. He hated the deep roads.
You had a cat named Sir Pouncelot in the deep roads.
He was a gift. A noble beast. Almost got ripped in half by a Genlock once. He swatted the bugger on the nose. Drew blood, too. The blighted warden said he made me too soft. I had to give him to a friend in Amaranthine.
So you came to Kirkwall just to escape the wardens?
You say that like it's a small thing. Yes. I'm here because there's no warden outpost, no darkspawn, and a whole host of refugees to blend in with. And some reasons of my own.
I've always heard that joining the wardens is for life.
That's only partly true. The hopelessly tainted by the darkspawn and plagued by nightmares about the arch don't go away. But it turns out if you hide well, you don't have to wear the uniform or go to the parties.
But I want to go to the Grey Warden parties. That's the part of the reason why we joined. In the last game.
I'm part of an expedition into the deep roads. Any information you have could save people's lives.
I will die a happy man if I never think about the blighted deep roads again.
So say every player of Dragon Age Origins.
I'm not interested. Although, a favor for a favor. Does that sound like a fair deal? You help me, I'll help you.
Let's be more specific. I don't do anything involving children or animals.
I have a warden map of the depths in this area, but there's a price. I came to Kirkwall to aid a friend, a mage, a prisoner in the wretched gallows. The Templars learned of my plans to free him. Help me bring him safely past them, and you shall have your maps.
What do the Templars know of your plans?
I don't know. I had been exchanging notes with Carl through a maidservant in the gallows. Then the letters stopped coming.
You want to make your friend an apostate?
That's such a weighted term. Yes, Andraste said magic should serve man, not rule him. But I've yet to find a mage who wants to rule anything. It goes against no will of the Maker for mages to live as free as other men.
I doubt the Divine would agree with that.
The Divine is only a mouthpiece for the Chantry. The Maker does not speak through her. Never mind. I do not seek debate, only your aid.
How do you plan to break him out of the gallows?
I'm hoping it won't come to that. I sent Carl a message to meet me in the Chantry tonight. Maker willing, he'll be there, alone. But if there are Templars with him, I swear I'll free him from them, whatever the cost.
A piece of pizza. That's my price.
Ooh.
I want pizza from you.
You've convinced me. What's your plan?
That's a good way.
I have already sent word for Carl to meet me in the Chantry tonight. Join us there, and we'll ensure that no matter who is with him, we all walk away free.
Make sure you bring the pizza when you get there. I take my pizza up front.
Yep.
Hence my next topic. Best pizza topping. I guarantee you we won't all have the same answer, but that's why I bring it up. Italian sausage? That is a good one. I do like that one.
People choose to live here? It amazes me.
Tomwise?
Huh? Oh, Hawk. Haven't seen you since we did the job together for a Fenrir. Been a while. Heard you're going on some expedition into the deep roads. And right into Darkspawn territory. Sure that's wise?
For my favourite pizza topping, I would probably have to go with bacon.
We can't all make a living in the Undercity.
Just watch your back. That's all I'm saying. Say, you still in the market for some poisons?
I was tempted to
Fenrir's
say
scarce
another
these days.
controversial topping, but I don't want to have that debate right now.
You find any rare reagents and want me to whip you up something? Just let me know. In
Yes,
fact,
I'm one of those
since you're an
people
old
who
friend,
like pineapple on
here's a
pizza.
recipe. My speciality.
Not on every pizza,
Okay.
but certain pizzas.
I mean,
With a certain combination, pineapple works really well.
I have not had that, so I cannot say regarding that. What I can say is that I respect everything, and yeah, no, I always more jokingly was with regarding
Sebastian,
the pineapple pizza stuff. Never
stop this
seriously.
madness.
The
Chantry cannot
the
condone revenge, Sebastian.
the thing I am serious is like I know that in the United States they have that deep don't know whatever pizza and that's not pizza, that's a pie.
No.
Don't call that a pizza.
My family was murder.
That's the only thing I have like standard in regarding pizzas. That's not a pizza. That's a pie.
Feel free to clip that rant if you want, Oz. I want that to be a tagline for this entire stream.
Yes.
That's not
you
pizza.
You can go and clip that. Yeah, I have no problem. But yeah.
I do like Chicago deep dish, but yeah, that's not pizza. That's a pie.
And there's nothing wrong with liking a pie. I love pies. I like pies even more than pizza. Some of my favorite pies contain ham, eggs, cheese. I don't know how to say it right now in English. The word tuna and stuff and tomato. No problem, us. We're not saying like mandatory stuff like that.
It's not mandatory. I'll probably try and highlight it at some point if I get around to it. But yeah. Remember, hashtag. That's not pizza. That's a pie.
Yeah. Perfect to begin it.
That's a fancy way to put it.
I am a magistrate.
Perfect reaction, Hawk.
A man I sentenced to a life in prison has escaped custody. He's been tracked to an abandoned ruin outside the city.
A request that should have been made of the guard.
Why is there such a clamor to catch this man? What has he done?
He's escaped. That's reason enough.
Is there anything else I need to know?
There is something, yes. There are creatures in the ruins. The guards I sent are ill-equipped to deal with such beasts.
Do you know what manner of beasts they are?
I don't know what they look like. I've never seen one myself.
They're YouTubers!
The guards say these things have already torn through a...
Oh, they're the YouTubers.
YouTubers, the true beasts of the earth.
It'd be easier to seal up the entrance and let the beasts take care of him.
I believe in justice, Ferelden, not unbridled slaughter. I will not let prisoners be eaten just because I don't want to get my hands dirty.
This is clearly a case where there's something more to
I'm
this.
sure if you send in enough men this time, they'd do fine.
No. The more guards who know, the easier it is for this to get out. Those men gossip like old fishwives.
Do they?
I'll take the job.
Bring the fugitive in alive, quickly and quietly. Not only will you be well paid, you'll have the gratitude of a city magistrate. Useful for a refugee, wouldn't you agree?
Would you agree?
I mean, there is some, but not really. A second.
Please do not dally. This is an important matter.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry.
Let's explore this place a little bit more. I don't want him to turn his gaze on me. What if I'm in the shower? I will not have my Breville sandwich maker watching me in the shower. That's a recipe for disaster in itself. Okay, back to topic. I'm actually a fan of a homemade stuffed crust pizza, personally. But stuffed crust, King Kai, you can eat it in reverse.
I have not eaten ever stuffed crust pizza, but if I had to say my favorite kind of pizza, I'm a very simple guy. Just one with the classic one, just the normal tomato sauce and cheese. I'm very classic, but if I had to go with them, this salami or ham with it over it.
Mm-hmm.
What I can say I do like that it's not just normal. It's but which enters in the category of pizza, but it's not exactly pizza. So I wouldn't say that the calzone, in my opinion.
I mean, everyone likes calzone.
Yeah. But yeah, I am very boring with my pizzas.
Yeah. Like, I'm very boring with my pies. Like, I don't really eat that many pies, but if I eat a pie, my go-to is normally a steak and ale or a steak and kidney, something like that. Very basic.
Good day to you.
And I completely forgot why I'm here. Oh, I was only here to trigger a cutscene. That's right.
Oh.
I don't care what the mistress wants.
Huh. Well, I just lost a sovereign. Didn't think you'd stoop to our kind again.
Indeed.
Or are you not too proud to make some coin?
No promises, but I'll hear what you have to say.
Since you stormed off, we don't have anyone who can quite work your magic, if you know what I mean. I sent some men to fence a bit of cargo down at the docks. Haven't seen them since. I'd pay good silver for the safe return of them, or the goods.
Is this anyone I know?
When you left, we had to take on New Ferelden. Volunteers. Lad named Price was leading them. No one of your caliber.
Not by soul caliber, anyway.
Where were they last seen?
They were supposed to meet down by the docks, under cover of darkness. I know you're familiar with the concept.
Of soul caliber?
Want to tell me what you were selling?
We were trying to make a deal with the Carta. Those Orzammar dwarves. They like luxury items. Fine fabrics, a cask of caviar, an aged wine. Anything one can liberate from a Hightown merchant.
Yeah, I've heard of the Magna Carta, but not the actual Gang Carta. I prefer the Magna Carta. Don't mind me.
Consider it a deal.
Good. Go to the docks tonight. My boy Price was supposed to meet our buyers from the Carta there. Maybe you can find out what happened.
Aveline doesn't like that. Who cares? It's a job.
Yep.
Fuck off, lady. Wasn't even looking at you. Pizzas. Sounds more appealing than donuts. Anyway, let's talk to... Wait! These guys are familiar.
Wodan Feddick, purveyor of goods both common and rare, at your service. And this is my son, Sandor, who is as brilliant an enchanter as you'll ever find. Say hello to the nice human, Sandor. Hello. We shall be accompanying your expedition and providing the needed supplies. It's all quite exciting, isn't it?
You remember these two, don't you, Maxime?
You aren't worried about venturing into such a dangerous place?
Not with such fine protection. But I digress. Do you wish to peruse my wares, or perhaps make use of Sandal's unique talents?
Enchantment?
Just so.
I thought all enchanters were mages.
Not at all. The fabled dwarven resistance to magic has allowed enchantment of crafts for countless ages. Granted, most dwarven smiths must work for many, many years to learn the skill, but my boy is a natural, a savant beyond compare.
Especially in this game, Oz.
I like enchantment.
Sandal in this game is golden.
He enjoys his work. What more could one ask?
You two don't seem the sort to hire onto this expedition.
My son and I have never played it safe. Never captured a tried and true rose. In fact, we have just returned from adventures while accompanying the hero of Ferelden, legendary Grey Warden and vanquisher of the Blight.
So you helped to defeat the Blight?
In our small way, perhaps. We did not fight at the Grey Warden's side, of course. The hero of Ferelden is a fine woman. After all her accomplishments, may she find even greater success. But surely my past is hardly of interest to the likes of you.
Mate, hopefully the hero for Elden has actually started to put a heel on her brother, do you know what I mean?
Hopefully.
We'll get to that soon enough, Oz, don't worry.
Let's see what you have.
By all means, feel free to peruse my wares whenever you wish.
Anyway, moving on.
Yep.
I'm gonna check out all these stores, don't mind me.
Mm.
Just wanna make sure I don't miss any upgrades for characters or anything, or any backpacks.
Won't find better prices. You need to kill some.
Yeah, I need to kill some time.
Makes sense.
You
Time
need
to kill time. Can you kill the concept here?
Can you kill time by stabbing it? I'm not sure. For only a few silver, that's not bad. Before you ask, before you say, why are you spending all your money? Yeah, when it's a fan of Rune of Fortune, ours, I will grab it, but yeah.
I mean, anything that gives you more money if you have money troubles in the game helps.
Anyway, let's pick up the most annoying questline, in my opinion, in the game.
Another Ferelden street rat? Are you here to waste my time, or do you actually have coin to spend?
Greet customers that way and you'll earn more beatings than coins.
Hey, I'm having a bad week. There are few Ferelden's of means in Kirkwall. Forgive me.
Are you an armorer? A weaponsmith?
My stock is varied. What all my wares have in common, however, is quality. Only the best for my distinguished patrons. See for yourself.
I've just seen your wares. They're shit. I have underwears more appealing than what you're selling. Once I get a bit more renown, I'll get more side quests on my belt, but yeah. For now, let's talk to the final random guy that we can talk to.
Hawk, long time no see, my friend.
Last random guy, go!
Oh, just a month or so ago. Things didn't work out in Orzammar. You aren't still working for Athenril, are you? Your year must be up by now.
I'm looking to become an explorer, of a sort.
But my name's not Dora.
Bartrand's hard to take, but his information is usually good.
Hard to take? That's putting it mildly.
I'll tell you what. I still have my old contacts. You need some rune crafting done, I can arrange it for you. Take care, Hawk. Don't get dead.
Hey, do you have a rune of fortune I can have? No. Anyway, let's get to my next set of missions. Starting with
they take us.
This one.
The streets aren't safe at night. We should do something about that.
Should we? Normally, my normal playthroughs, I would go around doing everything, but in this one, I don't want to bore you too much by doing everything. Because it's a lot of busy work.
Get ready.
I get you. It's the same if I ever was streaming some of the Japanese games I play. We will go more moving forward in the story rather than doing what I do, which is like stopping and doing a lot of stuff.
And yeah, I've never played Twin Bladed Rogue before, so this is my first time. It's the last subclass I've not played in this game, because I usually play Archery Rogue in this, not dual wield, so this is the first for me. And I had to play a Rogue.
Right, I remember. You wanted to try something different, right?
Yeah, I know how to play a Rogue, I just don't know how to play the melee variant, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I agree, Oz. Busy Work is just the PG version of playing it.
Yeah.
access the Viscount's keep. I don't need to be here. I need to go to the church. Why am I going to the church at night?
Oh no, the church.
Not the Catholic Church.
I just meant church, not Catholic Church, but okay.
I know. Oh no, I've lost all audio. There we go.
I didn't see anyone suspicious out here. Let's do this fast.
All right. I'll handle the talking. You watch for Templars.
Huh, interesting. Makes sense, but interesting.
When we find Carl, just let me talk to him.
That's kind of how I play Archery Rogue anyway, also. It's not doesn't sound too different, it's just the melee aspect that's different. Yeah, we're having sound outages right now with this game. That's entertaining as hell.
Of course. Thanks, game.
Next topic, what's the most broken game you've ever played? I guess I know the answer.
I mean, I have played Sonic 06.
You have, and I've also played Fallout 4, which is worse than this game in every single way.
Yeah. Like, okay, you're talking about classes right here, as not the topic that we jump at now of broken games.
Yeah, he's talking about classes, and yeah, I can. Hooray! The sound is packed randomly. I don't think Anders wants you to talk about Sonic 06. He might like Sonic 06.
I mean, there's a reason why my favorite Sonic game nowadays is the fun remake that they have made of Sonic 06, because it had the potential to be the best Sonic game ever, and that remake proves it. And it's why I recommend it too. By the way, if anyone has not played Sonic 06, do yourself a favor, don't play the original. Go and look for the remake online that made for the fan by a fan. 100% best Sonic experience you will get, or one of the best.
I thought the Tranquil were
at least in
cut off from
3D.
the Fade forever.
When you're tranquil, you never think on your life
That's all.
before.
Yeah.
But it's like the Fade itself is inside Anders, burning like a sun. Please, kill me before I forget again. I don't know how you brought it back, but it's fading.
Carl, no. Maybe we can find a cure.
Can you cure a beheading? The dreams of tranquil mages are severed. There is nothing left of them to fix.
I would rather die a mage than live as a Templar puppet.
In this context, I would want what he wants at the same time.
My sister calls being tranquil a fate worse than death. Give him peace.
I got here too late.
There are such things worse than death.
I'm so sorry.
Now, it's fading. Why do you look at me like that?
'Cause you're evil.
Goodbye.
Oh.
We should leave before more Templars come.
Let me collect the body ketchup real quick. I need some for my Heinz bottle.
That will happen. It will happen tomorrow with the hamburgers I plan to do to have a nice food, a nice delicious food for when I come back from the elections and deal with it at night.
Spirit of justice.
Body ketchup would go perfect on your hamburgers. Yes.
And he recognized the injustice that mages in Thedas face every day.
Hashtag Candace did nothing wrong. Hashtag Candace did nothing wrong so far.
And that's different than a deal.
I mean, yeah, that kind of guy. Have this in mind, and I'm going to say this. I don't care about spoilers. You can spoil the crap out of me. I'm the kind of person that I can spoil myself with anything, and I will still enjoy it and re-experience it the first time properly. Why? Because if something is well done, then spoilers won't ruin it.
What does this have to do with your eyes glowing?
I know what you said, Oz, and I agree with you to an aspect.
I offered to help him. We were going to
His actions weren't wrong, it was the execution of those actions, if you know what I mean.
To be sent to the circle. But I guess I had
I I will see it when I get there, because just like I said, I have no problems with spoilers. I also have not cared to look for Dragon Age spoilers, so I have no idea what Anders is going to do in the future, but it's going to be interesting now that I have an idea that he does some controversial stuff. Let's see, where do I stand when the time comes?
Not even the greatest scholar.
Unless you want to spoil me.
Unless it's Elvis Presley, he'll say, "I'm still standing."
Damn it.
That really didn't look like a happy, benevolent spirit from where I was standing.
Since when is justice happy? Justice is righteous. Justice is hard.
Ew!
To help a friend. Surely no harm can come of that.
I wish I
don't want to know that justice is hard. I don't know what he's hard for.
Justice thought he would overcome that. But my anger, when I see Templars now, things that have always outraged me, but I could never do anything about. He comes out. And he is no longer my friend, Justice. He is a force of vengeance, and he has no grasp of mercy.
Huh. Interesting as.
Assuming you know who Timothy McVeigh is.
Yeah, I know.
Can justice ever be separated from you?
I don't think so. The only way a spirit has ever been separated from a living host is by its death.
I have a friend that is very into American politics and stories, so he told me about that.
Is there anything I can do for you?
You're the first one I've ever told this. Thank you for not running away.
I'm tempted.
Yours. As am I, if you wish me to join your expedition. I thought I was done with the Grey Wardens. But if you have any need of me, I will be waiting here.
I think this is the perfect time to use this button.
Run away!
I'm happy with the party I've got right now.
These patients need me more than anyone in Hightown.
Stop getting high in Hightown then. And there goes the sound. Anyway.
There goes the audio again. God damn it.
I will play the game rather than just having to get up every half an hour, every 30 minutes just to reconnect my controller like I did the last stream.
This street should be safe at night. Care to help out with that?
Yeah.
Stop giving me quests to do, Aveline. Guess what? I can do that too.
And the game can torture us with audio too. Or wait, this is the streaming that is working so bad. Hello? Okay.
Yeah, I'm still here.
No, it's just the audio of the game was a bit
Yeah,
iffy,
I
and
know.
I don't know if
I
it
know.
was the audio or... Oh, it's the audio of the game. Okay, I wasn't sure.
It's the audio
It
of
was
the
that
game,
on
not the
stream.
stream. It's on my side as well.
Okay. Just wanted to check out.
Thank you. I thought them coterie men had me for sure. I guess the whole thing was a trap. There were no dwarves when I went to make the trade. Just coterie waiting to kill us. They got the rest of
It's a trap!
I ran. I was hoping
You
they'd
don't
be
say.
fine, but they did.
You're a bit young to be doing this.
I'm 15, but I can usually pass for a man. My mama was ripped in two by one of them big horned darkspawn. It's just me and my sisters now. Working for a Thenril's the only way to feed the girls.
Why not take what a Thenril gave you and start fresh somewhere outside of Kirkwall?
What do you mean?
There's a lot of farmland in the Free Marches. Surely there's somewhere you and your sisters can find honest work.
My father was a farmer, before the Darkspawn got him. I'd rather do that than work for a Thenril.
Congratulations, Hawk, you just turned this kid into a serial killer.
I'll get my sisters.
Perfect.
Please, make sure she doesn't come after us.
I'm here to do my duty.
And now I am all out of duties.
And there goes the sound again. This is going to be the title of this stream, isn't it? There goes the sound. Tell me at home where you think the sound went in the comments below.
I mean, we can make a bet. I bet that the sound went to a very dark cave.
The sound just wanted a holiday. Oh, I know. I think I know what the problem is. It's not just the stream that's having the issue with the sound. It's my actual game itself that's having the issues.
Oh.
I took my headphones off to try and check the actual speakers of the TV, and there was no sound coming. There was no sound coming from that either.
The magistrate promised.
So it truly is that the game is so bad that the audio doesn't know what to do.
Still in one piece.
That bastard's to be brought in alive after all he's done.
That's a good one, Oz. It's in the fade. There's a demon there that feeds on your sound card.
Yeah, I
Please
saw that.
calm down and tell me what happened.
The man you're after, he targets elves. He dragged my daughter into those ruins and killed her. I want him dead. My girl, Leah, she wasn't his first victim. Over the years, he's taken dozens of our children, and not once has he paid for his crimes.
Would you mind telling me who you are?
My name is Elwin. I'm a merchant in the city. Please, no one else cares that our children are being slaughtered like beasts.
There must be some humans who would take offense to these disappearances.
We're nothing to them. Even if this murderer does finally go before the courts, the magistrate won't take our word over his.
Why only elves? Why not human children as well?
We're easy prey. No one thinks twice when an elven child disappears.
A man who murders children won't survive long in the courts of Kirkwall.
No! Don't you understand? If you take him in, he'll be free again by nightfall.
You've so little faith in the law.
Unfortunately, I think he has total confidence in the law. That's the problem.
For all my damn coin, I'm still only an elf to these Shemlin. There'll be no justice for my girl in the courts of Kirkwall.
What do you say about all this?
Yes. What do you have to say?
They won't go in after him. They're stalling, trying to give the murdering bastard a chance to get away.
Oi now, elf. Like we said before, you're bleeding mad if you think we'll be going against the magistrate's orders.
This murderer cannot be allowed to walk free.
Then that bastard will finally get what he deserves. Thank you.
Not wise, stranger. You try to take justice into your own hands, the magistrate will have your head.
I don't guess.
Only if it's reported.
You must do what is right.
Sometimes the law has to be taken into your own hands to actually have justice.
Yeah.
That's how I've always thought of it. The law's good and all, but when the law just refuses to dish out justice, that's when taking the law into your own hands is necessary.
Well, okay, if you want me to go into talk about law, I have my opinion on that. And more like it's usually more on the people that are saying the law, not so much on the law being bad or not.
Hey, do you like spiders?
Oh god, no.
I don't think this. I don't
They're
think
back.
Don't worry, the sound doesn't like spiders either. The spiders have eaten my sound. I just like how Hawk just went, yeah, I'm just going to do some random acrobatics in the middle of the room. Don't mind me. Do 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 do. Hawk was a star gymnast before the event of the game, and everyone judged him for it. He said, "Oh no, Tony, why'd you have to be a gymnast? Why can't you join the army or start a skateboarding franchise like a normal man?" And if you don't, we'll punish you by cutting out the sound to your game. And we will never fix it.
Ever again.
So, while the sound is gone, what's a new topic we can discuss? I know. Most overrated Star Wars character in your opinion? People are going to kill me for this opinion, but for me, the most overrated character is Ahsoka.
Yeah, I can agree on that. On Ahsoka, I mean, I like Ahsoka. I won't say I don't like her, but
Same. I do like her, but
I can say that she's being a bit overrated nowadays.
yeah, nowadays she's getting the same love for characters like Obi-Wan Kenobi again. I just think that's a bit too overhyped, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Ahsoka is a great character, don't get me wrong, but she's nowhere near on the iconic level that Obi-Wan is, for example.
Nope. No. Okay, here's one that came to mind that I think, which is the most overhated character.
Overhated? Oh, okay. Overhated. It's an interesting one.
I do have my answer.
Go on.
And I will begin. Jar Jar.
I can agree with that one slightly. Yeah.
Jar Jar did his role perfectly. Jar Jar was an idiot, a well-intentioned idiot and all that, but still an idiot, and it was perfect to serve the purpose of not involving yourself, not understanding, and not being wise enough in life and in general can lead to bad decisions such as giving your freedom to a tyrant. That was the purpose of Jar Jar. If you didn't like that, okay, fair enough, but I don't think that deserves to be hatred or meme around into Darth Jar Jar.
I take I take your Jar Jar and I raise you someone else.
Okay.
Hayden Christensen as Anakin.
Oh yeah.
Anakin in the Clone Wars. What the Clone Wars did for Anakin kind of redeemed it to the level I think he should be at. Granted, I do agree that Anakin's characterization in the films could have been better, but I think with Jake Lloyd Anakin, I agree was kind of bland and annoying. But Hayden Christensen's version of Anakin is superb in my opinion.
Okay, I agree. Hayden Christensen may have been very good actor, and problem was more into the direction than him. I will say. Uh, I will raise you one more. Which Clone Wars?
He hit me.
Because
Both.
if we're talking about okay,
Both. I like
both.
Anakin in both. Clone.
I mean,
Not so much the movie Clone Wars, but the micro series
I
and the
mean,
actual
I
TV
mean the animated series.
Which animated series? I like him in both.
Yeah.
He told me there are demons.
Okay. I have serious problems with the new one. Don't get me wrong.
What did they look like?
I'm not saying it's bad. It is not bad.
Know what they look like.
But in my opinion, there's some stuff that does that goes too much into one side. And I prefer the 2003 one in general.
I agree with the version as well, so I'm just saying I like Anakin in both versions. I don't like both versions equally, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah. No, yeah, I agree on that. Just
in terms of what version I enjoy as a whole more, the micro series. That's easy. That's an easy answer.
Yeah.
Because
the micro series, in my opinion, go.
I'm taking Kelda back to Kirkwall. They'll figure out what to do with him there.
Maybe they can help him.
Now,
Run to the entrance.
here's my
You'll find your father there.
Here's my big question to everyone, which could be a very decent conversation.
Okay.
What, in your opinion, was the biggest problem with the 2008 Clone Wars series? Clone Wars.
Ooh. I can begin in multiple points. Do you want me to begin in multiple points?
That's kind of the reason why I brought up the topic. So yeah, have at it.
Okay. First of all, the clear lack of direction, because they knew the period and where they were. They just did. Small stories here and there, and I'm nothing wrong against them, but some of them were from completely pointless to boring to going into exacerbating problems that were there. Jar Jar. Jar Jar was exacerbated to an unnecessary point in that series. I have no problem with Jar Jar in the movies, how he's presented and treated. That's how he should be used and stuff like that. There you see a fan take on Jar Jar, and he puts it where it shouldn't be. The other thing that I have a problem with, that's general structure problem that I have. That's the first problem. Second problem that I have with them is how they did Grievous, which is treating him like if you were in episode 3, but
The
in
magistrate is supposed
that
to protect
period
the
of time
city,
you
and
have
that
to
includes
build
the
him
elves.
up and maybe do a
Father is a good
downfall
man.
so that the third
He tried to
movie's
help,
downfall
to stop
makes
me.
sense, which is what the
But you
micro
can't.
series did.
No one can.
And here
And
he's
Elfrida,
just
she had no right
Team
to be so
Rocket.
beautiful,
Yeah.
so perfect.
Third
The
mistake.
said she needed to be taught a lesson,
The
like all the others.
introduction
The circle
of
was
Darth
supposed to
Maul.
help
Not
me, but
Darth
they
Maul
lied.
being how it's being
They
used.
said
Darth
there
Maul,
were
in
no
my
demons,
opinion,
that I
was
was
when the
mad.
series did a
This
very
isn't my
good
fault.
turn for the better. But
Leah said you told
introduced
her to
in
run.
another planet
Why?
from the middle of nowhere
I
with
was
no explanation, with suddenly
crying, and she asked
mechanical
me if I
legs.
was all right.
What?
After everything the demons made me do to her. She was
What?
concerned about me.
I'm sorry.
How could I let them
Bullcrap.
destroy
Do
something
it better.
so
Do
good,
it properly.
so pure?
Take your time. Plan it. Don't just drop
Let
it
me
there.
get this straight. You torture and murder young children
Fourth
for being
point.
too beautiful.
In my opinion, if you wanted to expand the rest of the Jedi Council and members, they did it horribly wrong. In my opinion, I didn't get a lot of appreciation for other
It's
Jedis.
obvious that you're not
There's
well.
that.
You need help.
This point,
No,
I
I'm not mad. It's the demons.
I think that the
can't stop.
the relationship
I've tried
between
so many
Obi-Wan
times.
and Anakin was
You
done
have to kill me.
decently.
There's no other way.
I
Just tell my
enough.
father I'm sorry.
I don't think we have seen enough of then, in my opinion, and this is my other point. I think that 6 point. I think that making Ahsoka being kind of Anakin's Padawan is a mistake because you are implying that he's getting to a level to teach someone, and they didn't trust Anakin at all. I think it would have been better to be Obi-Wan having put with 2 Padawans. I think that would have been a better way to do it.
Having to
They
deal
are
with a new
both-
Padawan on top of having to deal with Anakin.
Exactly, and a really Padawan that is kind of complicated by a lot of the Jedi Council, and then a new one. I think that would have been a much better way to also show that Anakin is not mature enough, and it's not considered mature enough by anyone in the Jedi Council. Obi-Wan being the only one that gives him a bit of respect, but even then he says, "Look at the kind of crap you get us into."
I don't really agree with that take of everyone being the only one that respect Anakin's maturity. I think Yoda, I think Yoda and Plo from the show. I think Yoda and Plo Koon could see it as well in their own way.
I'm not saying no one else, but I'm taking in generality. I'm not saying that there couldn't be other people that respected Anakin. If not, he wouldn't have trusted the Jedi and wanted to gain the respect of the Master, stuff like that, you know. I mean, just in general, the higher weeks that we see. Next, following point, and I'm going to stop here because I could keep going.
No, please do keep going.
If not. The next point I was going to say is that, ironically enough, oh god, I forgot it. I forgot it with the last point. Damn it. Let me see if I can remember it. Oh, yeah. The other point that I was thinking is that I don't think we see a good enough. How to say it? There's a lot of bullshit episodes that I don't like. The brother, sister, and parent episode, for example, of the Force. That episode, I hate it. Those 2 episodes.
I think everyone does.
I hate it. 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 I hate it.
And the only part about about those episodes that I liked was the interactions with Qui-Gon. That's about it.
Exactly. I was going to say the only thing that, in my opinion, is worth watching of that it's Qui-Gon interacted with Obi-Wan, and even then, it's like that also makes no sense.
I think his interaction. I think his interaction with Anakin was more interesting than the interaction with Obi-Wan personally. It sheds a bit more,
I'm not saying.
It sheds a bit more light on what Anakin really feels about himself.
I mean, I don't deny that, but I also do think that makes no sense because when are the Force Ghosts revealed for at least the Jedi Order put after Episode 3? It's when Yoda begins to share this knowledge with other Jedi's.
Well,
so it's like
to be fair to them, it was a phenomenon in the Force, and both Obi-Wan and Anakin had their minds wiped of the event, so they didn't remember it anyway. But
yeah, but that's
but I'm not saying
it's stupid reason to realize. Oh
exactly.
shit, we fucked up so badly that we have to do that.
I know. If it
That's
had
why I
been, if
hate
it had
it
just
too.
been Obi-Wan and Anakin hearing Qui-Gon's voice, there, it'd have been a bit more acceptable. Because that's kind of how Yoda was introduced to Qui-Gon later on.
Yeah.
Which makes a lot more sense.
No, what else? Let's bring some positives so we don't completely destroy it.
Yeah, let's get some positives.
I like the last episode of Yoda and those creatures that which I think they're called the Whispers by the fan base Wills. I like that episode. It's very mystic and stuff like that. I really like it. Like you mentioned, the interactions with Qui-Gon there are all good. I particularly enjoy more the Obi-Wans, but that's mainly because it's not that I don't think that Anakin doesn't we don't benefit from understanding more Anakin's psychic. It's more like I didn't got anything new out of that. I already knew all of that out of Anakin's psychic, so it was like okay.
Did
But
I hear you
out
right?
of Obi-Wan interacting with the Qui-Gon, those we got any good. It's like a good character, and yeah, that's all.
And I'd say my favorite, and obviously I love the final two-parter episode of season 7. That was gold.
Yeah,
it's the best way to end that show they could have possibly come up with. We all knew it had to end with Order 66. It's just the execution of that was just amazingly well done.
I mean, they created that season just to give it the burn that fans wanted, and I'm happy they did that in the context of the series.
Ours makes a great point about the fact that it takes all the way up to season 4 for the show to really get started is another problem.
Yeah. I mean, I think that was a given. That's why I didn't mention it. It's like the problem.
Yeah. The handling of reason is their problem. Do you want me to tell you what one of my biggest gripes about Clone Wars was? It didn't really do much to shed light on Count Dooku, if you get what I mean.
Nope.
Dooku was the one element of the prequels that I wanted more from. We get that in some books, but in terms of the Clone Wars itself, yeah, it's about how Anakin deals with the war, but I wanted to use... I wanted the Clone Wars to like shed some more light on what Dooku's motivations were, and it doesn't really do that.
Let me put it like this. Any story, any especially good story, has an A plot, which is the overall plot that you're going to follow from beginning to end, and you have to have an idea how it begins, how it ends, the points between them. You can connect in any way that makes sense, and evolves according to how you're writing episodes, series, game, movie, etc. But you can, if you have a series, especially or a game, you can make points, secondary plot points. One of those amazing ones would have been what you mentioned.
Learning more about what Dooku's stake in all this is, yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, yeah, we get stuff from Ventress and Grievous, but Ventress is a character I've never really been interested in at all. Again, another character I'd say is overhyped is
Ventress Ventress didn't even doesn't even appear in the movies. Don't get me wrong. I like the reference to the 2003 character and the importance that he had in the 2003 micro series, but yeah, no, overall it's like I care more of her as a plot device than an actual character. And nice that you expanded and giving her a character stuff like that. Still don't care much about
her.
her.
Flirting with Obi-Wan just kind of rubs me the wrong way anyway.
It doesn't make sense to me.
Yep. Also, the one thing I don't like about cartoon TCW, the fact that they retcon Obi-Wan's love interest. Pretty much, just say rather than just being, rather than the original canonicity being like he was in love with a fellow Jedi who died before or just after the plots of Attack of the Clones, and he was starting to get over it and becoming more whole in himself. He just went, oh, I'm just gonna be in love with this random Mandalorian Duchess now, and she's gonna be randomly killed off by Darth Maul to give me more hatred for Darth Maul. As if I need more hatred for Darth Maul in my life.
That's a problem of Star Wars, Disney Star Wars in general. Because by that point,
to be fair, the retcon of Obi-Wan's girlfriend happened before Disney took over, so you can't really blame. You could blame Lucas more for that one.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
I'm just sitting here thinking, isn't the death of Qui-Gon enough motivation for everyone to hate Darth Maul? We don't need another reason.
I mean, you don't even need to motivate him more. It's like he's still alive.
He's still alive. I mean, there's also
exactly,
and also Maul doesn't need any more reason to hate Kenobi and any more reason to torture Kenobi. He doesn't have to I'm going to murder this random person you're apparently close to. All Maul has to do to push Obi-Wan's buttons is either threaten Anakin or mention Qui-Gon. That's all he has to do.
I mean, he can taunt him with Qui-Gon while he begins to toy with Anakin.
That's literally all Maul. Exactly, that's literally all has to do. And the way that and before you say, it will just degrade Kenobi's character. No, it wouldn't.
No, it wouldn't.
Obi-Wan becoming less and less inclined to react to Maul doing that will show the growth of how far Obi-Wan has come since their first encounter.
You have to remake it so gets to him in the beginning so that he grows and grows until the point that it's like doesn't get him.
Yeah, so when Maul first resurfaces and he brings it up, just mentioning Qui-Gon alone should be enough to get to Obi-Wan. Then we have a scene where he actually interacts with Anakin and then threatening Anakin at the same time as doing that is what cracks Kenobi. By the time we get to Maul encountering Kenobi for the third time, which is just before the end of the Clone Wars, it just doesn't get to him. And then, obviously, the last time they encounter each other in Rebels is perfectly well done. We don't need to change it at all, because that is the ultimate crux of Kenobi. That's the ultimate crux of that relationship. And it's done really well. It should go to the point of he absolutely despises Darth Maul. When Darth Maul is alive and he just mentions Qui-Gon, that gets to Kenobi. To threatening Anakin gets to him. To he still hates Maul, but he's not gonna rise to his bait. And then eventually it goes to, you can't hurt me anymore. You'll never hurt me anymore.
I mean, by the end, if we talk about Rebel stuff like that, it's more like he had pity for Maul than anything.
Exactly. He had at this point, Obi-Wan finally got why Maul was like he was. And he's like, I don't hate you anymore. I feel sorry for you. In a way, we are both victims of the same criminal, which they were. He goes from absolutely despising Maul's guts and Maul being the one person above anyone he wants to kill, to being, we are victims of the same criminal. Let me bring you peace, and that's the perfect arc for Obi-Wan. With Maul specifically, it shows how much Obi-Wan has matured over the course of the movies and the Clone Wars. But no, they just had to give him another random lover for him to be like, for Maul to be like, ooh, what can I do with this pretty thing? It was completely pointless.
Yeah.
Kenobi didn't need any more reason to hate Darth Maul, and Darth Maul didn't need any more reason to hate Kenobi. They just wanted to shoehorn it in because, we wanted something to do.
Exactly, as it's how he was brought back. The problem with him. Oh, sorry, I just saw the comment of ours.
Yeah, we just went on this massive tangent rant, and it's not over yet.
It's not over yet because it has a lot of problems. I mean, like I said, it takes 4 seasons to get good. That already tells you that there are massive problems, and even when it gets good, it's still dragging those problems. They were stupid, alongside with him appearing in another planet.
Yeah. But honestly, I think you already mentioned it, Max. The character I have the most hatred of how they treated him was General Grievous.
Yeah. I hate it. The first time I saw Grievous and I saw that it was like it was in the movie, it's like, you absolute idiot.
He's like he is in the movies because of what Mace Windu did to him, like literally hours before he encountered Obi-Wan. He encountered Obi-Wan and Anakin on the Visible Hand. He wasn't like that all the entire time. He's not a Russian guy who's got a chain smoking habit.
Exactly.
He's like that because he's got his lungs and chest crushed by Mace Windu and barely survived. What the Grievous that Obi-Wan fights in Utapau is a weakened Grievous. Not to discredit Obi-Wan's kill, but he is a weakened version of that character. And I know. Oh crap. Oh crappy crap. Let me just get everything back. Let me check the stream if it's still live. Yeah, the stream is still live. Well, I'm going to have to restart the stream because this is going to have to be a two-parter. So, I'll see you in a minute.